Alrighty, so for you guys out there, like I say, if you just now really started following me on YouTube, um, I'm Brandon Manny, graduated high school back in 2005 from Indianapolis, Indiana. So if you guys are from Indianapolis, Indiana, I graduated from Pike High School in 2005. And then from there, I joined the United States Navy, went to boot camp up in Great Lakes by Chicago, by Chicago, Illinois. Graduated boot camp around October 2005. Got stationed out in Naval Air Station Whidbey Island, which is in Oak Harbor, Washington. They call it Whidbey Island. I say about maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours away from Seattle. 2007, I went on my first deployment, went to Qatar. Some people might call it Qatar over there in the Middle East. Spent about 6 or 7 months on deployment. End of 2007, came back to Washington, and 2009 I transferred to the USS, excuse me, the USS Bonhomme Richard down in San Diego. So I got stationed aboard a ship down in Naval Base San Diego. 2010, I separated from the military, moved to Florida where I started college. I started at a 2-year college called Valencia Community College, I believe, or it's Valencia College now. Got my 2-year degree from there. And then I transferred to the University of Central Florida, where I started ROTC, Reserve Officer Training Corps. So about 2013, I started ROTC, and 2015, I graduated from the University of Central Florida with my bachelor's degree. And also I commissioned as a second lieutenant in the Army. 2015, I got stationed in Fort Campbell, 101st Airborne Division. I was in the Combat Aviation Brigade. I was working around helicopters, working with, I was a platoon leader, so I had about 50 soldiers under me. All of my soldiers were what we call 92 Fox, which are fuelers, and we have 88 Bravos, which is ammo, or 89 Bravos or something like that. I've been out for a while now. Maybe somebody right now is veterans, and if you are a veteran right now on this webinar, I salute you, and I appreciate you for your service, too. So anyway, from 2015, 2018, I was stationed in Fort Campbell, Kentucky. And then 2017, I started my trucking business. And pretty much I ran into this guy. He was hot shotting. I was in Joint Readiness Training Center in Fort Polk, Louisiana, doing some training. I was basically the overall officer that had to accept all of the equipment off of the semi trucks and the dually trucks. And I just ran into this guy. He had a hot shot truck, and I got his car from him, and pretty much told him, man, when I get back home, get back to Kentucky, I'm going to call. I told him I'm gonna call you, and if you could help me, just get started. And that's what happened. I called him up, and he told me to go to the FMCSA website, which is Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, which you'll be learning this in the webinar. But he just told me to go there, go get my own authority. Then I bought my first dually truck in my trailer, hired my first driver. I was doing all of this while I was still in the Army. I didn't have any thoughts at that time about getting out of the Army, too. I just wanted to start a business, just to start, creating another source of income. Like we always say, multiple sources of income, multiple streams of revenue, right? So I bought my first truck trailer, hired my first driver, and then from there, I bought another truck. Anyway, I bought 4 trucks all within that first year, hired 4 drivers, put in my resignation to get out of the Army, and I got out the military in 2018 as a first lieutenant. So being in the military definitely shaped me in who I feel I am now. You know, it gave me a good foundation. I like to call it forced discipline, but it's good discipline too. You know, but like I say, I won't take it back for anything. And that's pretty much how I started my business with the Hot Shot Trucking. Got out in 2018. Start putting out YouTube videos and started dispatching, started brokering, started leasing people on in my company, just started mentoring, training, and whatever else, you know, that I'll be sharing with you guys too. As a dispatching company, you guys could add on additional services to your business too. So you just don't have to dispatch only. And that's what I'm not going to just recommend that anyway. You know, I'm going to recommend once you start your dispatching company, do as much as you can. That's why you really want to learn this trucking industry, the ins and outs, because you can always add on different sources of income, you know, different businesses that's going to stem off of your dispatching company too. I also wrote my first book, which I self-published it back in 2018, called The Unknown Outside Looking In, put it on Amazon. Pretty much wrote my whole book while I was in the military. I'm 35, so it covered about my first 32 years of my life. I just pretty much went back in my mind and just started typing, you know, wrote every word, you know, never paid a transcriber, never paid anyone to write my book, sat down while I still was in the military too, you know. So I'm an author. If you guys want my book, text me your address. I'll send you guys a copy of my book too, you know. So pretty much that's enough about me. I'm pretty sure you guys already know who I am if you've been following me. So let's go ahead and roll through this training. All right, so before I start going through this training, like I said, I like to periodically do a communication check just because I know how technology is, and I want to make sure that you guys could still always at least hear me and see the training presentation. Like I say, the webcam might go out from time to time, but if you guys can go to questions and you could just type in "we can see you" or something like that for me. If you guys could go to that question box and just type in "loud and clear," you know, "we can see you," or something like that before I proceed. All righty. Technology is working in our favor. The last time I did a webinar, technology wasn't working in my favor, you know, too. So I had to compensate my students with additional mentorship, you know, too, you know. So we're good now, we're rolling. So what will you learn pretty much in this webinar? And as long as you understand what I'm about to teach you, which I feel freight dispatching is, it's very simple. You know, if everyone out here knew what freight dispatching was, I believe a lot of more people would be doing it. But the thing about it is a lot of people in the trucking industry don't really even know, still don't even know about freight dispatching. There's a lot of trucking company owners out here who still don't care about dispatching because they pay dispatchers, which they'll be paying you, you know. So you'll learn how to identify the different styles of trailers. So that is very important in this business because you never know what type of trailer you're going to be dispatching for, you know. So I'm going to take you through some slides on here and pretty much go in detail on the capabilities of some of these different styles of trailers out here. How to acquire owner operators. So I'm going to teach you too how to acquire owner operators through some marketing and advertising, you know, techniques that I pretty much found that's been helpful for me and also my mentees and my students too. how to find loads using the DAT Power load board. So I am an actual affiliate marketer for DAT. So if you guys want to get 30-day free trial with DAT, I'll also send that link out to you guys too, because you will need DAT. But you don't really necessarily need the DAT Power load board. You might get away with the more cheaper version, which is Trucker's Edge. That might be about $40 a month. The DAT Power load board is $219 a month, but I do recommend investing into that load board, which I'll also show you, the live load board throughout the training too. I use DAT Power load board because I'm also a freight broker. So the DAT Power load board allows me to upload loads so dispatchers and truckers could find my loads, and it also allowed me to search for loads. So if I'm dispatching that day, I could find loads from the actual freight broker. It will also allow me to search for trucks, like I say, which I'll show you guys in the training. How to fill out carrier packets. Every time you book a load from a freight broker, you're going to have to fill out a carrier packet. So I'll show you guys some examples through this presentation and how to properly fill out carrier packets too. How to dispatch your owner operators. So that's pretty much, the whole process, how I feel, So you'll learn a course in this training, how to properly dispatch your owner operators, how to receive payments. So I've received payments from multiple merchant systems in multiple ways. I'll be sharing with you guys how I receive payment and how you guys can receive payment too. And like I mentioned earlier, you guys just don't want to start a dispatching company and that's it. You want to offer other services so that you guys can make more money. And like I say, I'll be sharing some tips on how you can increase your revenue too, so that you just don't become pretty much stagnant on the revenue as being a dispatcher. I'll show you guys how to grow your dispatching company too.